The Steelers are back at it today after their loss to the Giants on Saturday. They look to move forward, but will have to do it without veteran wide receiver Plexico Burris, who underwent right shoulder surgery this morning.
We're just praying for him. It's less fortunate when you see guys have to endure such things. But that's the nature of a sport, and he's been taking it on with a positive mentality.
Even though Burris will be missed on the field, his teammates are confident that he will remain a leader in the locker room.
Plex was going to be our red zone threat. He was going to be, that guy that came in and made big-time plays for us. And it's unfortunate that he got hurt, but, I wish him the best of recovery. But he told us that he's still going to come in and he's going to be that leader that he's supposed to be, and I'm looking forward to it.
With Burris most likely missing the entire 2013 season, the team is working to end training camp on a positive note. From Steelers training camp, I'm Gabrielle Gonnella, Channel 11 News. The Steelers' second-round draft pick, Le'Veon Bell, says the competition here at training camp will only make the Steelers' offense better.
At the end of the day, they're making me better. Other guys I'm competing with making me better. I'm making them better at the same time. It's going to be a good, healthy competition, and there's no jobs given here, so I just want to work and get better every day.
As far as earning a spot on the Steelers roster, Bell says he needs to continue to compete in practice, and most importantly, protect quarterback Ben Roethlisberger.
Don't mess up on any pass protection. That's the biggest thing. Ben Roethlisberger is the most valuable guy in the offense. So I got to make sure I protect him all the time.
Overall, Bell says he's enjoying his first training camp, but can't wait for the season to begin.
Still a lot of things I need to work on and get better at. But overall, I feel like I'm having a pretty good camp so far.
Bell will get his first taste at pro competition during next Saturday's scrimmage against the Giants. From Steelers training camp, I'm Gabrielle Gonnella, Channel 11 News. Good evening and welcome to MC Lately. I'm your host, Gabrielle Gonnella. This is what's happening throughout campus and around the community. Our first story. Although some time has passed since celebrating spring break, reminiscent memories are still mingling around campus of how students have spent their break. Some memories worth spreading around are those dealing with the LOVE program. The LOVE program, or the LaSallian Outreach Volunteer Program, offers a variety of life-changing experiences over spring break, focusing on faith, service, and forming a community. One in particular, Jamaica, focuses on visiting with mentally disabled children living in orphanages. I sat down with trip participant Lauren Cordova to learn more about her once-in-a-lifetime experience.
I'm Lauren Cordova, and I was a part of Love Jamaica. I chose Love Jamaica because of the culture that's super different than here in the United States, and mostly because the work involved interacting with children with mental disabilities such as autism and Down syndrome. So it was a very different experience than all of the love trips that were mentioned that year. And the objective of the trip was to get to know Jamaican culture. There's so many different aspects to it that's so different from our own culture here in the U.S., and the people are so friendly. So this trip gave us a chance to not only see Jamaican culture but interact with some of the nurses, some of the workers in the community. And at first it's really nerve-wracking, but you just have to throw yourself in there. And that's what was very that was emphasized a lot since before the beginning of the trip. Participate, don't anticipate. You just have to throw yourself in there, don't expect anything, just do it. Yeah, it was very scary. The first days were overwhelming, to say the least. Even before the trip, my biggest fear was that because I haven't had any interactions before with kids that were mentally challenged, that they would pick up on my nonverbal signs, whether I was smiling or not, or if they would feel that I was a little bit uncomfortable, and that they just wouldn't take to me. But if you have a good group, it definitely helps, and you do realize that a lot of the same people that you're going on this trip with have these fears as well. Wow, greatest memories, the whole trip, but I don't know, there's so many. I think my own personal, very personal favorite memory was that throughout the week, there was a little girl named Jada, and I would tell her my name, obviously not the whole name Lauren, but I would say, Lore, my name is Lore, and you're Jada. And after repeating it multiple times, she finally said, Lore, and she would point to me. She'd point to her and say, Jada. So it was just a very special moment that I connected with one of these kids. So guys, yeah, come join Love Jamaica. It's definitely a life-changing experience. You'll have fun. You have nice warm weather. Just apply because it's so worth it and you won't ever regret it. And come on, it's Jamaica. You have nice bananas and it's just a lot of fun. Everyone's relaxed. Come on, man, let's go Jamaica.
For more information about Love Jamaica and the full list of trips offered, visit the Student Life tab under manhattan.edu. Now for some news that has created quite the buzz around the Manhattan College community. Recently, the Manhattan College students were introduced to the newest fad around campus, Jasper Crushes, a Twitter page completely devoted to students confessing their campus crushes to the whole Twitter world. The catch? Every post is anonymous. Dying to find out more about the page and how it is affecting students, we took it to the streets to find out how intense this craze really is. Okay, so the big thing on campus is Jasper Crushes on Twitter. Have you heard about it?
I have heard about Jasper Crushes.
Have you been a part of it or mentioned in it?
I've been mentioned in it. I have not submitted anything or anything like that, though.
When you read about what was said about you, were you flattered, upset? What were your feelings about it?
I was flattered. At first I was kind of creeped out, like, who is this? I was one of the first mentioned, so I really didn't understand what it was. But then I was flattered. It was kind of like an honor.
If you had the chance to meet with the person who tweeted about you, would you want to?
Yes, because I feel like it would be one of my friends and it would be a joke, so.
So what are your thoughts on Jasper Crushes?
At first I thought it was a really funny idea and a really good way to just get all of us to come together and be like joking around with each other. But after a while I think it got a little out of hand and now I think it's a whole different thing than what I thought it was going to be.
Were you mentioned at all in it?
Yes, I had one about me.
What was your reaction?
I was a little bit creeped out by it because I actually had no idea who had written it about me. Like, other people joke with their friends about it and stuff, but I really have no idea who wrote mine, so I was a little creeped out.
So if you had the chance to meet the person that wrote this about you, would you want to?
I've been curious as to who it was, so I would want to know who it is, but I feel like if that's their way of getting to me, I wouldn't want that.
Yeah, do you have any suspicions of who is creating this whole Twitter page?
I have no idea. I've never heard any, I've never like thought of anyone. I have absolutely no idea, so whoever's behind it is doing a good job in my book.
Last week it was on full blast. There were tweets at least every minute. This week it's kind of slowing down. Do you think it's going to get to the point where it's going to have to be shut down, or do you think it's just going to casually fade out?
I think that if it was going to be shut down, it probably would have been by now, because I know that Student Activities tweeted at them or wrote about them or something like that. So I think if it was going to be shut down, it would have been already if they could do that.
Could you at all see yourself participating in this?
I never have. I think I would be too scared to, it's anonymous. I think I would be too scared to even submit anything in fear that they could actually tell who I was, but I don't think I would write anything regardless.
Although being a hit around campus to the student body, school officials have requested the site to be shut down due to the negative impact it has had on the school's reputation. And now for sports. As we move closer to the end of the year, it is always a good time to reflect back at the year Manhattan sports teams have had and the athletes who have stood out. One player in particular has fought for 3 straight years and has bounced back from several severe injuries in order to have the best and final season of her collegiate career. Joining us in the studio now is Manhattan's soccer senior midfielder and this week's MC Lately Player Profile of the Week, Claire Reinhardt. Claire, thank you so much for joining me and taking time out of your day. First off, congratulations on the season that you've had.
Thank you.
My first question is, you have been coming off your best season yet. What was your motivation? Was it that this would be your last season competing?
Yeah, that's definitely a huge, huge motivator for me, and I think everyone. I think you want to make every season the best. You don't ever want to come in not in shape or, and doing the best you possibly can be, because it's also embarrassing when you come back from run tests, and if you're not going to pass it, that's just like, nobody wants to be that person. But also for me personally, I was coming off of 2 injuries. I just had shoulder and foot surgery, so I'd been out for about 6 months. So it was really important to me to make, especially also knowing that this is my last year, to really make it the best it could possibly be.
Now, I'm sure you see your teammates around campus and even passing them on the field, preparing for next season. What has it been like for you to watch them train and you not be able to participate in it?
It's always good to see them. I mean, I spent so much time with them over the past 3 years. I mean, they're literally like a family, just here at college and not at home. And so it's always good to see them. But I do miss it a lot. There's 6 of us seniors, and we always talk about it. It's just kind of like a breakup that nobody wanted. Like we just got dumped by soccer because we have to graduate. But all good things come to an end. But it's still really nice to see them, and I'm so proud of them. They're doing very, very well in the spring. So.
You've spent so much of your life dedicated to soccer, and now it's basically all over. Do you see yourself in 5, maybe 10 years getting back on the field, this time as a coach?
Definitely, maybe even before that. I mean, one of the biggest things was being able to connect with my younger coaches. We always had high school and college girls coaching with us and teaching us and giving us, their experience as it's happening. That's how I definitely developed my, inspirations and desire to play in college and stuff like that. So yeah, absolutely, I would love to be able to teach. I have a niece and nephew, help them, any future children I may have, stuff like that. I love being a part of it. And we all do summer camps, like soccer camps and coaching and stuff like that. So yeah, absolutely, coaching for sure. I can't leave it.
All right, Claire, thank you again for joining us, and best of luck to you. That's all the time we have for today. For everyone here at MC Lately, I'd like to thank you for joining us. I'm Gabrielle Gonnella. Have a great evening.